All right, so let me ask you something. Did you know that not everyone remembers things the same way? I mean, for some people, memory is literally like a movie playing in their head. But for others, it's more like just reading a memo. Today, we're diving into this whole idea of the mind's eye and exploring two totally different ways our brains choose to store the past.
Okay, let's start with a really quick test. Right now, I want you to just close your eyes for a second and picture an apple. Seriously, do it. What do you see? Is it a shiny red one? Maybe a green Granny Smith with a little brown stem? Can you almost, I don't know, feel its weight in your hand? Or do you just see nothing? Just the idea of an apple? Okay, hold that thought.
For some of you, that apple was probably incredibly vivid, almost real, right? Well, for those people, their memory works just like that, like a high-definition movie playing inside their head. And that brings us to our first cognitive style, the hyperphantastic mind.
So, folks with hyperphantasia, they don't just remember an event, they can literally experience it all over again. We're talking sights, sounds, smells, even the emotions, all with this incredible, crystal-clear fidelity. It's basically a full sensory replay on demand.
And just listen to that phrasing, a richer memory. The key word there isn't just recalling, it's the ability to relive an experience. Now, a lot of us probably think of this as, the gold standard for a good memory. But what if it's not the only way, and maybe not even the best way for certain things?
Okay, so now let's completely flip the script and go to the other end of the spectrum. What if your memory wasn't a movie at all? What if it was more like a perfectly detailed memo? Well, welcome to the world of the aphantastic mind. So for people with aphantasia, that apple exercise we did a minute ago, the result is, well, nothing visual. It's not that they don't know what an apple is. Of course they do. They can describe it. They know its properties. But they just can't see it in their mind's eye. Think of it this way. Their memory is like a database of facts, not a gallery of images. So how does this actually play out in the real world, right? Let's imagine two people recalling a party they both went to last weekend. One has hyperphantasia, the other has aphantasia. How different do you think their memories are going to be?
And here's what's so fascinating. The person with aphantasia isn't actually missing the information. Nope. While one person is busy re-experiencing the music and seeing their friends' faces, the other is accessing the exact same data, just without all that sensory playback.
I mean, really think about that for a second. Both of them can tell you that, yeah, tacos were served. Both can tell you that the DJ played Don't Stop Believing. And both can tell you exactly what was said in that key conversation you had. The core information is identical. It's just that one memory comes packaged as a movie, the other comes as a clean list of facts.
Okay, and this is where things take a really interesting turn. See, we tend to think of aphantasia as a deficit, right? A lack of something. But what if we're looking at it completely backwards? What if it's not a bug, but a feature? Now, let's seriously consider that question for a second. Is all that rich, vivid sensory detail actually necessary for having an effective memory? For making good decisions? Or could it sometimes just be, well, noise?
And that leads to this really fascinating hypothesis. What if, by stripping away all of that sensory fluff, the aphantastic mind can get to the core data more directly? Could this actually be a more efficient way of gathering information and thinking?
So what does that efficiency actually look like in practice? Well, let's break it down and compare these two styles of recall side by side.
Okay, so take a look at this. On one side, you've got all that sensory fluff, all the little details that create that immersive, reliving experience. But on the other side, you've got relevant information and core vocabulary. It's like a direct line to the essential data, without any of the extra layers.
So ultimately, this really isn't about which one is better. They're just two totally different strategies for processing the world around us. You could say one is optimized for reliving moments in all their richness. The other, well, it might just be optimized for quick, clean, uncluttered data retrieval. And that leaves us with this final big question to chew on. What do we truly value in a memory? Is the best memory really a movie, or is it a perfectly written summary? Is it that emotional, cinematic replay of our past, or is it the ability to instantly pull up the core facts and the lessons learned from an experience? The answer might just depend on what you need your memory to do for you in that moment.